Question is, can we use quantum computers to create consciousness? Will quantum computers ever be intelligent? These are just some of the questions that are common now, given that quantum computing has become popular. Many of us have heard the word quantum. Many of us have heard the word quantum computing, but many of us still don't understand what that means. To be fair, the concept is shrouded in mystery, to the extent that even the so-called experts have a difficult time explaining what the concept and its applications truly are. But that does not stop these experts from making claims about the potential use cases of this concept and technology derived from it. Examples of these claims include the fact that quantum technology could be used to create consciousness or to create human level intelligence. These are the claims that I will dispel in this episode. Many of us accept these claims not because they are truthful, but because we respect authority. If we were to study the etymology or the origin of the word quantum, then we'll understand that there's nothing advanced or futuristic about quantization or quantum technology. As for the etymology of the word quantum, you can either use the Merriam-Webster dictionary or the Oxford dictionary, but I'm going to read a few definitions of quantum. So quantum, derived from the Latin word quantus, English word quantity. Quantum means any of the small subdivisions of a quantized physical magnitude. Number two, a discrete quantity of energy. Number three, a share or a portion of. Number four, any of the small subdivisions of a quantized physical magnitude. So if you get the gist of this, quantum technology is built on the concept of quantization, of quantification, which means taking something that is whole, breaking it into smaller chunks or pieces so as to be able to digest it. So imagine a large pie. You slice the pie into many sub pieces so you can eat the smaller pie slices, which makes it more edible and more digestible. So the point is that the concept of quantification, of quantization, of deciding quantities is what quantum technology is based on. So the question is, how can a process that fundamentally discretizes the whole into smaller chunks ever give you a complete understanding of the whole pie, of the whole phenomenon? That's the misconception that we must address when it comes to quantum technology. Quantum technology is fundamentally built on discretizing phenomena, discretizing systems, discretizing energy, discretizing our reality, essentially making things much smaller so as to digest. To be fair, quantum computers are an improvement of classical computers. As some of you know, with classical computers, information is represented with bits, and bits can either be 0 or 1. It's like, imagine a gate where the gate can either be 0 or 1. Quantum computing uses similar logic, except that instead of the gate being 0 or 1, there is a mixture of 0 and 1s when it comes to quantum computing. This allows quantum systems to be more versatile, to be more flexible, which allows us to use for more interesting projects. So in essence, quantum computers are an improvement, an iteration above classical computers. But the question is, can quantum computers create consciousness? Will quantum computers ever be as intelligent as a human? The answer is a resounding no. Why is that? Because to truly understand consciousness is to understand the universe completely. To be able to create human level intelligence will be equivalent to recreating the whole universe. And quantum computing at the fundamental level is based on discretizing this perceived complexity we call the universe and making it digestible for us to understand and represent in our systems, which means that it is mathematically impossible for any quantum system to ever be able to create intelligence, pure consciousness. In summary, classical computers run on Boolean logic, which represents information as bits, which could be either 0 or 1. On the other hand, quantum computers use quantum logic, which represents information as qubits, and qubits can be 0 and 1. Qubits also allow for quantum entanglement and superposition. These concepts gives quantum systems their robustness and versatility. Despite their robustness, quantum systems are still limited because quantum systems are mathematical. They're based on quantization, going back to the etymology of the word quantum, which means that any quantum system that we create, no matter how useful it is, would never be powerful enough to give us a complete understanding of our reality, to give us a model of consciousness. Quantum computing works under the premise that the universe is mathematical, that we could use mathematics as the language to model all the interactions in the universe. But what if our universe is not mathematical? What if consciousness is not mathematical? Then how do we create consciousness? How do we create intelligence? This is where I believe for us to truly understand the universe, to truly understand consciousness, to truly understand and create intelligent systems, we must transcend mathematics as the language to use. We must discover or invent a new language that goes beyond math, that goes beyond quantization, that goes beyond computation, that goes beyond quantum. And I think that's when we'll be able to fully understand how things really work in nature and in the universe. To learn more about intelligence, to learn more about consciousness, to learn more about truth, be sure to visit my personal website, alexanderngu.com, or my company website, triangleInfinityCircle.com. Also, don't forget to pick up at least one of my books. The first one is titled The Man Who Killed the Equal Sign. So this particular book explores the concept of equality and how that useful concept could actually be limiting our understanding of reality. Second book is called General Intelligence Theory. And this book challenges Albert Einstein's energy mass equivalence equation, E equals mc squared, as you can see. And this book presents the first ever formula for general intelligence. So for anyone looking to truly understand what intelligence is, this book is a must read.